after 6 years of contracting, I should have stayed as an apprentice. Why is that? Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week, we're gonna be talking about how it feels to complete 6 years in electrical contracting and why I should have just stayed as an apprentice the whole time. It's gonna be so fun to break down this topic because as I start growing Energize Us Edu, as we start growing our electrical contracting business, starting a franchise into multiple states, so many things, so many opportunities that come up, so many situations that I'm starting to see now brings me back to my apprenticeship days. And what I mean by that is I didn't recognize how valuable those first years in business, in the trades, electrical apprenticeship were, and how they apply to me today. When you look at the beginning, I started to see that everything in those first few years laid the foundation of who I was going to be, my work ethic, as well as what the industry required of me to become a successful tradesperson. When you're in your apprenticeship, you can break it down to your mindset as well as the hard skills side of things. Because if you've seen our other videos, we talk about the 3 pillars, the 3 sides of a triangle that will help you become a true trades professional. It's hard skills, soft skills, self-development. Now in the apprenticeship training, you can genuinely learn 2 of those things right off the bat within your first year. The second portion of things, the second half, which is soft skills, comes after your apprenticeship when you're in a foreman capacity. But today we're going to jump in apprenticeship training, why I should have stayed as an apprentice. And I say that because you ever heard that expression, you don't know what you have till it's gone? That applies to the apprenticeship training. Now that I'm a contractor, now that I'm responsible for mouths to feed and their families, not only am I responsible for myself, I need to make sure I keep looking at the longevity of our enterprise, looking at the longevity of what we have to offer. With that being in mind, I'm starting to recognize there's so many things that remind me of my apprenticeship. For example, I need to keep my guys busy in the field. I need to make sure they have everything they need so that they can work smoothly, so that they can work calmly, not under pressure, and safe. As a contractor, that's my responsibility. As a contractor, that should be your number one focus. How can you facilitate your guys? It's just like when LeBron James, they call him a great facilitator. That's an amazing leader because he gives other people opportunities to grow, other opportunities to win, other opportunities to shine. The same applies in contracting. As a contractor, I have to make sure the needs of my crew always come first. Because while they work, while they wake up early, while they get the job done, while they keep themselves safe, it in turn benefits us as owners, as contractors. With that in mind, that reminded me of my first few years as an apprentice. What I love about being an apprentice was, in the beginning, everything was tough because you're trying to get your feet wet, you don't know what's going on. But at some point during your apprenticeship training, did you notice you would see your foreman, you would see your journeyman, the one that you're assigned to learn from? He would start doing things on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Repetition, repetition, repetition. And then you would go, oh, I know what we're going to do next. The first few years, or the first few months, you're asking, what are we going to do? How are we going to do that? How do you do that? Let me try. If you have that coachable mindset. We understand that there's other people who aren't coachable that go, I know how to do this, and they jack it up. But we're talking about the ones who are hungry to learn. They see how they do it. They're learning, okay, this is the sequence. This is the order of operation. And then when it comes to it, when they start doing work together, you get to a job site, the apprentice starts taking out the tools already because he already knows what we're going to do. If he's drilling in with a mason bit, he already gets the plastic anchors. He already gets the tack-ons. He's already ahead of the curve because he's now remembering the sequence of stuff. That's how you should be as a contractor. If I'm going to delegate a task to my team, if I'm going to keep them busy, I need to go back to that mindset as an apprentice and go, they're going to need X, Y, Z. They're going to need this, this, and that. For them to complete this job the best way efficient, I need to explain it like this, this, that. Ask how they're going to do it so that I can give them every single thing to just complete the task without a worry. That is an apprentice mindset. That is so valuable in that first year. And guess what? As an apprentice, you don't even think about that. You don't understand the value of having an apprentice mindset and how that's going to lay the foundation for you as a contractor. So, as an apprentice, recognize that in those first 4 years, you may be lost. They may be telling you to get the wire stretcher. They're telling you to get the left-handed screwdriver. They're telling you all these other things. But remember, at the end of it, it's helping you understand how to think, how to read, how to sequence things. So in that first year or two in your apprenticeship training, you're actually learning how to become a successful contractor. Keep that in mind. Gold. The second part 2. When you come to the apprenticeship, you start learning different things. You start learning how to do tasks, right? You start learning how to facilitate. You already learned from part 1 how you can be a successful apprentice with that type of mindset.